The thing that I was going to discuss with you is about looking at multiple 2D results animations. I've indicated to you that it was simple to click on 2D results and load another XMDF file. Well, what if you have two or more model runs and you load multiple results files? What you can do is animate them. You can also show maximums where you're going to be able to, as in the picture here, perhaps the mitigation case, which is my colored case, color shaded case, I'm showing at the same time as, or against, if you will, maybe the two maximums against the unmitigated case. So the dark gray is unmitigated, and it's displaying for me, you know, the total extent of flooding. But then after I've made the change of throughout the center of the model here, where I've changed the number of barrels, I've added extra conveyance, now the maximum flooding is, you know, much finer, or, you know, there's a lot less spread of the water throughout the development, and primarily it's just a few houses and it's mostly in the streets. So I thought I would show that to you. So let me switch now to XPSWM. I will load to this building's active upgrade. So this is the upgraded model. I'm going to load the simulation that didn't have the upgrade, which was just buildings active. So I've got the two sets of results here now. And what I thought might be interesting for you is perhaps if I make a single color, and this again is not mitigated, or, you know, no extra conveyance. This is the total extent of the flooding. And I could animate as an example. Well, let me just try putting on here the max water depth just in two different grays. You can see, for example, that there's a little bit of difference in how much flooding there is in these two simulations. But perhaps even more useful might be against a maximum to animate, perhaps even in color, right, with a color ramp, the model results. So I'm going to animate the simulation with the increased conveyance against the maximum flood depth. Maybe I'll just speed this up a little bit. The maximum flood depth without the increased conveyance. This idea of showing multiple results, perhaps another parallel would be that you have a simulation for the 5-year, the 10-year, the 100-year, the probable maximum flood. They're all perhaps in a different color, and you can animate them together. You can sort of see the extent of flooding compared to, you know, whichever simulation that you want to look at. So it's for the maximums, but also the animations, and it's obviously quite related to the case of the difference map. And similarly, you know, the difference map can also be here, but my brain can only capture so much animation at one time at one location. And so you may find yourself turning on or off different layers depending on what you would like to display and what you'd like to share with someone.